My name is Kumi Shirakawa. I work at a restaurant. I make mostly Western dishes, and as busy as it is, I've never thought that I didn't enjoy what I do. I'd always loved to cook, and I've been really peculiar about what pots and pans I used.
Wow, it looks so good!
Eat up! Seeing dishes on TV or magazines that look good makes me want to cook it myself. Really thick pancakes or fish bowls with lots of sushi. Of course, I buy all the stuff I need within my own allotted amount of money. Wow, you really don't see pork belly cuts with skin on it. Maybe I'll use this today. Cooking is only part of the fun. Looking for the ingredients is great too. Buying things that I found at work or new tools that seem to be useful to try it out. Sometimes I even go by the store on dates just to check things out. My husband Yuki is the complete opposite of me and had zero interest in cooking. He ate things like...
I didn't want to have a bunch of pots and pans either. I basically only had long chopsticks for cooking. Even my knife was from the dollar store.
It doesn't matter as long as you can cook using it. I'm just picky because it's my hobby. I'm sure that's how most men are. That's why I love seeing him eat my food like it's the best thing to ever grace his little taste buds. But my mother-in-law really didn't like that. We lived near her, so she would sometimes come over and nag about my cooking. You waste so much money buying this crap. You always say it's your hobby or whatever, but it's not going to be good just because you use rare things. She would always look at my new utensils and cooking ware before commenting on my food.
Don't be like that, Mom. It's not a waste.
It's actually pretty interesting when you use it, and convenient too. Whatever. Whipped much. My husband would often cover for me, but that would just make her even angrier than before. You only need the bare minimum for good cooking. You think you're some kind of chef or something? You want to brag? I can make delicious things with just a pressure cooker. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do stuff. It's not like we lived together, so I just left it alone. Then something happened. My mother-in-law showed up for no apparent reason. It was around lunch, so Yuki said he would make fried rice. Wow, Yuki's going to cook? How exciting! Thank you, hun. My husband stood in the kitchen in confidence. He seemed to have started to have an interest in cooking. It started with the cast iron frying pan. He wasn't too sure about the different types of frying pan. That's why he recently learned about my 6-year-old tried and tested cast iron frying pan.
Wow. It's different from the regular ones, right?
It's definitely not just a regular Teflon pan. You can't use soap when you wash it either. He was so excited to be able to use it after he learned that I had been using it over 6 years ago. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just slightly larger than most of the common frying pans. It's extra annoying to have to deal with cast iron because you can't wash it with soap. There was a time I couldn't get a burned-on piece of food and ended up washing it with some baking soda. It actually returned to its original state. I had to reuse it to bring it back again. It's pretty tough using a cast iron pan. It's just day-to-day use, so once you get used to it, it's no big deal.
Hey, can I cook with this?
Sure, but it's difficult.
I'll use it very carefully, since I know it's important to you.
I taught him how to use it, and he followed my directions down to a T. He realized that the flavor was completely different when he made it with a cast iron pan.
I wanted to cook using a cast iron pan after seeing some videos on YouTube use one.
He didn't care at all about food or cooking, but now, I was so happy to see him changing. Almost every weekend, he would cook fried rice. He would change the flavor just a little bit to keep things fresh. No matter the reason why he started getting interested, I was glad that he was interested at all. Things returned to normal and we were waiting for Yuki to finish cooking. About half an hour later, we could start smelling the incredible scent of fried rice. The fried rice was done perfectly and full of flavors.
Here you are!
Wow, you finished that quickly. Thanks. Thank you. It's so good. My mother-in-law was overjoyed. I was hoping she'd just go home after this. Right around the time we finished eating. Oh, the phone is ringing. The phone rang, so I stepped away to answer it.
What are you doing, Mom?
My husband was boiling water for the tea, and it was already too late. What's going on? Yuki yelled. I finished my call-up and ran back to the kitchen when I heard his yelling. I wondered if someone was injured, but... The frying pan! You washed it? There she was, washing my cast iron pan with dish soap. 6 years of my cooking, down the drain in an instant. But it was dirty. I figured I'd clean for you since you cooked for me. It was so dirty.
Dirty? The dish soap was put away too! We almost never wash using our hands!
We normally just put the dishes in the dishwasher and let it go that way. We had never put the dish soap in the sink for that very reason. I'm sure she went through my stuff and washed it because she went digging through my stuff when we moved here to look for the soap. It's a cast iron pan, so when you wash it with soap, it kind of ruins the pan. So I put the soap away to make sure my husband doesn't wash it on accident. I see. We even talked about this very topic. She saw me using the soap right next to her. What is that? It's gross. It's a cast iron pan. Using it makes the oil seep in and brings out the flavor. Gross, you don't wash it. Washing it makes all the oil fall off, but I make sure to clean it without washing off the oils. I explained to her a long time ago. She knows what would happen if you washed the pan with soap. She didn't anyway. She must have been surprised that my husband was mad at her. It's just a pan.
You can't use that anymore! She was taking such great care of it! I even made that fried rice using this! Just a pan? Get out of the house! I worked hard to become the stir-fry master!
Stir-fry master? I didn't realize that he wanted to do that. Yuki, I'm sorry. Hang on, hey!
Let's go to my dad's house.
She was chased out of the house, but my husband wasn't done. Neither was I. Yeah. Before his mom made it back, we got in our car and headed to his parents' house. We went straight to the kitchen.
What are you guys doing? Sorry, Dad.
We made her clean for us, so we're here to return the favor. My husband started cleaning the Teflon-treated pots and pans using a hard bristle sponge. I'm home. What are you doing? My mother-in-law, who was walking home, was surprised we were here. She figured out what my husband was doing before panicking. Wait, stop, please! We're done with all of it.
Yeah.
No, what is this? The kitchen was full of pots and pans with scratches all over them. I also took the handle off the pressure cooker that she loved to brag about all the time. Without this, it's just a regular pot. I'm gonna take this home as a little gift. You always come over and take her toilet paper, you know? It should be fine, right? Wait, hang on. If I don't have that, I can't use a pressure cooker. You know it was difficult for me to use a toilet after you stole my toilet paper. Now we're even. Yeah, I know it's not the same thing, but I couldn't let it go anymore. We ignored her begging and pleas and headed to the exit. I felt pretty good about everything, but my husband was still not done. Hey, Yuki, wait! Don't be so mad! I'll buy you another pan, okay? Please don't be mad at Mom! He was honestly over it all. We were about to leave, but he glared back at her.
You know, I just want to tell you to stop mocking my wife.
Huh?
You realize that I was able to find something that I like because she introduced me to a hobby of hers, right?
She must have thought that her son would forgive her. She was just frozen in place.
I thank Kumi from the bottom of my heart. That's why I can't forgive you for what you've done to her important piece of equipment. Don't ever come over to our house again!
But he completely shot her down. You know, I don't think we're going to see each other, so I'll leave this here for you. I felt a little bad, so I left the handle to the pressure cooker. It was something she really treasured, so I knew what it felt like to lose that. She stopped coming over after that. Yuki told his dad about what happened, and he apparently also chewed her out, telling her to mind her own business. Yuki had finally calmed down and was excited to rebuild our pan. So I decided to let him take care of it from now on. I'm so glad that both of us are in the kitchen now. I wanted to make something good for him to eat.
My name is Kenji Tsukada. I'm a very ordinary guy working in a local city. I'm a civil servant and I'm quite busy. Sometimes, I have to work on my days off, so I think I give my girlfriend Toko a lot of trouble. Even if I schedule a date, I have to cancel it because I have to go to work unexpectedly. I can't even go out for dinner because of unexpected overtime. Even so, Toko continued to go out with me. We've been together for 3 years now. I finally made up my mind. It was the anniversary of the day I asked her out. I got my work done by that date, and made arrangements to never get called in. I took a paid leave, and made reservations at an Italian restaurant we went to on our first date. After enjoying our meal, I finally brought it up. Toko? Marry me.
Kenji!
I held out the ring with a trembling hand. Toko hid her mouth when she saw it and cried with a gasp.
Of course! I'm so happy!
I'm glad I succeeded. From now on, I'm going to make Toko the happiest person in the world. That's what I promised myself. 1 week later, we were arranging the day to go and greet each other's parents. Then I received a call from Jiro, a mutual friend of Toko. I was excited and told him right away that I was getting married. Yeah? What's up? Are things going well with you and Toko? Of course! We were just talking about going to say hi to her parents. I see. Jiro seemed like he wanted to say something. What? What's wrong? I'll send you Toko's Instagram account right now. Why all of a sudden? While I was surprised, the account name and URL were sent to me. The name was indeed Toko's. Realizing she was on Instagram only lasted for a second. What? The latest post that showed up said the most unbelievable thing!
He proposed to me, but it sucked because it was a super cheap ring, and we had Italian food. I've been saying for a while that I wanted a Harry Winston. He's stingy even though he has a lot of money.
All the words were unbelievable. It even had a photo. That was definitely the ring I gave her. Fearfully, I read the other posts. Written there were her complaints about every date.
He took me to a chain restaurant and wouldn't buy me one brand item. The hotel was a 1-star, so maybe I should find another guy.
Is this really what Toko thinks? The ring I gave her was from 4C. It's certainly a cheap ring for someone who wants a Harry Winston ring. Were her tears of joy at the time a lie? It's because I prioritized the gorgeous ceremony and honeymoon abroad that she wanted, but 4C is Toko's favorite brand, and the ring costs 200,000. I was in shock when I heard from Jiro again. I heard from Yuri too. I wasn't sure if I should tell you or not. Yuri's another mutual friend. The four of us used to go out drinking together. Apparently, Yuri knew a further secret about Toko that I didn't. Come to think of it, she kept telling me to be careful ever since we were dating. After I finished my call with Jiro, I took my chances and contacted Yuri.
Did you hear from Jiro?
Yeah. Yuri, do you know anything?
If you look closely at her Instagram, you might find out that girl might have another boyfriend.
I was shocked, as if something hit me in the head.
I wasn't sure because it was only suggestive. If you don't think it's cheating, then that's fine. It's not like I want to ruin your relationship.
The posts were mostly about dates. Looking at them again, there were indeed numerous photos of her going to unknown places on days I didn't know. Suggestive photos that showed a hand of a guy that wasn't me. On dates with a guy that wasn't with me. It was written in a way that compared them to me. Unlike someone else, he was cool, he had a car, and so on. I see. Yuri, thanks for telling me.
I'm really sorry I couldn't tell you before.
That's okay. You were worried about us. That's all that matters. Even though I proposed with such determination, I was so frustrated I couldn't stand it. But maybe it was a good thing we figured it out before we officially got married. I became more and more calm, and I texted Toko. I'm sorry I couldn't propose to you the way you wanted. Thanks for the 3 years. With those words and the URL to her Instagram. She read it, and I got a call, but I ignored it. When she realized I wasn't going to answer, she sent me a text out of desperation.
No, I'm
I'm sorry, that's not what you think it is. It's a fake, it's not what I think. Please answer the phone.
Incoming calls that wouldn't stop. Some of them were from unknown numbers. Probably a friend of Toko's. Telling her friends wouldn't help. Then, a few hours later, Toko came to my house.
Oh, I'm sorry, please open the door. Let's talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about. I know you're cheating on me. Leave.
No, I didn't cheat.
I have clear evidence. You posted it on your Instagram. I already took screenshots of it. If you try anything more, I'll get a lawyer. After I said that, Toko suddenly lost momentum and left. She must have stayed there for an hour, but it got quiet, so she probably went home. Then she asked for help from Yuri and Jiro, but they were angry with her too, of course. She still couldn't give up, and to my surprise, she even suggested that we talk it out, including our parents this time. Well, I had given her a ring, and we were engaged. I reluctantly called my father to have a discussion with Toko's parents. We gathered at a certain family restaurant. As soon as my father and I arrived, Toko's father became very angry. You're making fun of my daughter! What do you think you're doing? What? Don't tell me she didn't tell them properly. Or did she twist the story to make herself look better? Anyway, Toko's father was yelling the whole time. No, Toko doesn't seem to like me. So I'd like to cancel the marriage. Didn't you hear the details? I don't care! My daughter is hurt! Apologize first! I looked at Toko and saw her smirking. Don't tell me she thought I'd listen to her as she threatened me like this. She's so evil, it's funny. I really was an idiot for not noticing. But my dad was no slouch either. Here's the proof. I showed them the Instagram screenshots and other things, and the text Yuri gave me. There she was, cursing me out and talking about how great her other boyfriend was. And also saying that she decided to marry me just because I made good money.
No, that is not true.
It was too late to hide it. Toko tried to hide it in a panic, but it was too late, and her father turned pale. You two are behaving terribly. We came here to talk things over, but you yell at us all of a sudden? It doesn't look like we're going to be able to discuss this. So shall we put a lawyer between us? I'm sorry, but please, don't cancel the marriage! I said, implying that I would charge them alimony. Then Toko's father started rubbing his head against the table. No. I don't want to marry Toko anymore, and I don't want to call someone like you my father-in-law. Please, go home. When I said that so clearly, both Toko and her father turned blue in the face. If they'd been polite from the beginning, I wouldn't have said so much. I guess he only believed what Toko said because of his daughter's cuteness. That was it for the day. My father was still angry as we left, and asked if we should get a lawyer, but I just wanted to cut them off as soon as possible. I haven't had any contact with Toko since then. Yuri and Jiro told me she contacts them every day, asking them to be the mediator between her and I. And the other boyfriend was a married man. I've been told that his wife is demanding alimony from Toko, and her parents were made to get down on their knees. The market price is said to be about 3 million yen, so it must be tough. I tried not to care, but I was still depressed, even though I understood that she was such a woman. Because we'd been together for 3 years. Then Yuri and Jiro took me out, and to my surprise, I ended up going out with Yuri. Actually, it seems that Jiro knew that Yuri liked me. That's why she was so worried about me. But for a while, I was scared to do anything. I don't know if it's safe to do this to her, I need to take her to a proper restaurant. Yuri laughed at me for being so frightened and deliberately took me to chain restaurants.
I'm happy wherever I am with the person I like.
Those words brought tears to my eyes. Although there's not much I can do, I decided to make Yuri happy as much as I could, with all my heart. My name is Masaru Sato. I have an older sister and a younger brother who are close in age. My sister and I have already moved out of our parents' house and are living alone. My younger brother Koki married a woman of the same age named Misaki and lives with our parents in our parents' house. My parents' house has a few extra rooms, so my sister and I kept our room and used it as a storage room. I'm home.
Hello, welcome back. Did you want to have dinner?
No, I just came to get my stuff.
Well, I'll pack you something to eat at home.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate it though. I don't live that far from my parents' house, so there were times when I would go home and just pick up my stuff when I felt like it. That's what the relationship between me and my parents' family is like. But after a while, when my brother and his wife got married and started living at home, I found that my brother's wife, Misaki, was a bit of a dangerous person. It all started in a room that my sister was using as a storage room.
Sister-in-law, you leave a lot of clothes in this house, right?
Yeah, I don't wear them much these days, but I couldn't throw them away because I liked them.
I see. If you don't wear it anymore, can you give it to me?
No, I don't want to give it to you.
But you don't wear it anymore, right?
Just because I don't wear it much doesn't mean I don't wear it at all anymore. These are things I go back to get every season.
Oh, so you don't have to give it to me. So can I borrow it while you're gone?
Well, you can wear it if you can put it back in the closet. I won't give it to you, though.
Yay! I'll wear it next time I go out with my friends.
Misaki's power to get to her sister-in-law was so overwhelming that she told Misaki that she could wear the clothes and accessories in her parents' room as long as she returned them. But when Misaki found something she liked, she put it away in her room. Isn't it Misaki? Hey, Misaki!
I said I'd only lend it to you, not give it to you, right?
Oh, but you're not gonna wear it anyway, so it's okay if I keep it, right?
No, give it back.
But you already gave this to me.
No matter what my sister and brother said, Misaki insisted she gave it to her already. My sister gave up trying to argue and locked her closet with a padlock and a bike lock so that she would never be able to open it. As expected, Misaki would have no choice but to give up, but she didn't seem to be discouraged at all.
Oh, there's some here too.
She couldn't borrow my sister's clothes anymore, so she decided to ransack my room next. My room was also locked, but it was equipped with a lock that could be easily opened by using a coin, so she was able to break in easily. I had a lot of women's clothes in my room, and she started messing with them too.
They fit me perfectly. And their shoes too. It's one size bigger than me, but it's better than being too small.
Misaki-san started borrowing ladies' clothes from my room without my permission. I guess she learned her lesson a little bit and returned them after borrowing them every time, so that she wouldn't get caught, and also locked them back up properly. I didn't check in often either, and no one noticed. Then on New Year's Day, Misaki decided to wear a kimono when she went out for her first visit to the shrine. At that time, she borrowed a kimono that was hanging in my room without permission and put it on.
Where did you get that kimono? I borrowed it from a relative.
That's an unusual kimono.
Is that for a cosplay? What?
It's too short, and it's not something you'd wear on a New Year's visit. And the socks are too long.
Yes, the kimono in my room was a cosplay kimono that I handmade. It was short, 15 centimeters above the knee, with long sleeves, and it took a lot of courage to wear it outside. The socks were also knee-high that I had altered, and they were too unique to go to a shrine. I had a few kimonos in my room, some regular ones, but why did she choose the most unusual one? No adult would go to the shrine in that. Why are you wearing my brother's kimono without permission?
Wait, your brothers? What do you mean?
That's my brother's kimono. I saw him making it before. I have a picture of him wearing it too. Yeah, I'm not only into making cosplay costumes, I'm also into wearing them. I'm about normal height, but I have small arms and legs and face parts, and I cosplay female characters. Misaki panicked when she heard the words, "my brother's kimono."
No, gross! A kimono worn by a guy?
Huh. If you put it that way, I'm sure you've worn most of my sister's clothes too, since my brother and sister share clothes.
What? No!
We share the same size clothes, but we didn't share shoe sizes. But Misaki probably wore my shoes. My feet are 25.5 centimeters, and most of the heels I had in my room were heels with cute bows on them. Misaki got crazy over the fact that I was wearing the same clothes she had been wearing, and she took scissors to the outfits in my room. My brother tried to calm her down somehow, but she didn't stop at all. After a while, Misaki managed to calm down, perhaps tired of the rampage. And that's when I arrived. Why did you ruin everything? Can you pay for that?
It was disgusting! I mean, pay for it? Just for a cosplay costume?
Yeah, about 1,000,000 yen for everything you ripped apart.
A million? How can a simple handmade cosplay costume be that expensive?
It's true that everything is handmade, but the cloth is Nishijin brocade, and even the obi is a real obi that I bought and altered. The amount of cloth and accessories used is more than that of a regular kimono.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I once tried on a commercial cosplay costume, but it was mass-produced, so the fabric was flimsy and shiny, and it didn't match the character's image. Although the sizes were divided, many of them did not have a well-defined silhouette, so that people of different shapes could fit in. I couldn't like the commercial products, so I bought a power sewing machine and started making them by hand using real kimonos and fabrics. Even though they're real, they're on sale, but they still cost a lot of money. I'm telling you, this is the price without considering any production fee. It would be more expensive if you consider the time and effort to make it.
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, it's gross how you can wear women's clothes. I can't believe I was wearing the same thing.
You're the one who's gross. You're trespassing in my room and borrowing my clothes without my permission. It's stuff from my room, and you destroy it when you find out I've used it.
It's your fault that you locked the door so that it could be easily opened.
No, it's your fault for opening it.
Oh, shut up! It's just so gross I can't. It's really gross.
That doesn't mean you can rip it apart. You should have stopped her if you knew. No, I knew about my sister's and I was careful about it, but I never knew she went into yours!
When I put on that kimono, I borrowed a pair of knee-high socks with it. I couldn't stand the thought of my brother-in-law wearing those too. And the thought of my brother-in-law wearing the same socks that I was? Gross!
If that's the case, you didn't have to tear up the outfits you weren't wearing.
Ugh, shut up! It was just too gross!
I decided to file a claim against Misaki's parents for a reasonable amount of money, because talking to her wasn't getting anywhere. Even if I charged Misaki directly, my brother would have to pay it anyway. And I was angry she didn't show any remorse at all, either.
You're insane to bring my parents into this. I really don't know what crazy people are thinking.
That's my line. You really have no remorse at all, do you?
Of course I don't. I don't see why I should be sorry.
Even though I was annoyed with Misaki, who kept getting upset, Misaki's parents were very understanding people.
I'm I'm really sorry about what my daughter did. Oh, why did she turn out like that?
Can you give me a ballpark figure? I'll make Misaki pay for it.
What? Why? I don't understand.
Misaki's parents fell to their knees and apologized, and Misaki instantly began to cry.
It's because you stole people's things and then cut them up. Where did you learn that?
I'm so sorry.
What was that tough attitude you had up until now? She cried and got down on her knees, and I felt sorry for her. But that's that. My brother thought about getting a divorce, but since it was a family matter and she showed remorse, he decided to move out and let his head cool down before thinking about it. But Misaki was actually a little bit crazy after all. I heard that she went to visit her newlywed friend's house and explored the upstairs bedroom without permission. It ended in an attempt, so no damage was done. But he finally decided to get a divorce and separated through a lawyer. There was a possibility of her taking revenge, but Misaki's parents decided to do something about it. They sold the family home they lived in all their lives and moved the three of them to a distant place to keep an eye on Misaki.
I will take responsibility for raising her to be that kind of person. I am truly sorry for the trouble I have caused you.
It seems that they went to a place where it was no longer easy to steal, and that was the end of Misaki's case. As for me, I'm reworking a costume I had plans to wear that was cut up, although I can't make the exact same thing twice. In fact, most of them were made while I was still getting started, so the quality of the ones I was making now were much better. If anything, it's getting more enjoyable, so I'm glad I have this kind of personality.
Huh, I didn't know that happened. You did have a lot of pictures of you dressed up as a woman on display.
My sister, who was the first to be affected, learned all about it after Misaki left the place, and nibbled on a rice cracker with her hand on her cheek.
My name is Sota Takeuchi. I'm a college student who's turning 19 this year. Phew! Finally finished off my essay. I came out in the middle of nowhere and finally started getting used to living in the city. I've actually been having way more fun than I thought in college, too. I enjoy all my studies and made new friends. I met my girlfriend Ayaka while going to club meets and parties. She also came from the middle of nowhere, and we really hit it off. At first, it was plenty of fun. I had my girlfriend and friends around me, and I was just having the dream campus life. But there was one problem with Ayaka. Hey, do you want to go eat somewhere today?
Sure. I want to eat soba. It's healthy.
I know a good place. Let's go there. Because we were going to the same college, we ate together almost every day. We would often go out and eat or eat at each other's houses and chill. That night, we went to a soba place to eat tempura, soba, and sushi as well. This looks great!
Yeah, it does.
I started slurping up my soba with my chopsticks, and then Ayaka pulled out her fork and spoon from her bag. She was eating the soba like she was eating pasta and eating the sushi with her spoon. You probably figured it out by now. She almost never used chopsticks and always ate with spoons and forks. She's gonna eat soba with a fork too? We often ate at places where a spoon and fork weren't strange, and we made dishes that didn't feel awkward using a spoon and fork at home either, but... Ayaka! It's soba!
So, who cares? It's easier to use a spoon and fork anyway.
Even if I subtly suggest she use chopsticks, she completely turns the suggestion down. I wouldn't mind if it was food that made sense to use a spoon and fork, but traditional Japanese dishes? I actually have only seen her eating rice balls when it comes to traditional Japanese food. I wonder what the employees and other patrons think about her. I was so nervous that I couldn't focus on the meal. Ayaka, we're eating in public. Can you use chopsticks? I know you don't mind, but I don't like it.
Let me eat how I want to eat. It's not like I'm bothering anyone.
I mean, yeah, but
It's manners, you know? I could ignore it at home, but
Ugh, stop nagging!
she was immediately upset. Apparently, her parents didn't really scold her for using a spoon and fork.
My parents don't care as long as I can eat it. We're in a multicultural society now, so it's okay for people not to be able to use chopsticks.
Yeah, that's probably what people say when they can't eat using chopsticks because they're physically unable to, or maybe I'm just being insane? Maybe she'll change after she finds a job. I didn't bother pushing the matter. Afterwards, I ended up breaking up with her about 2 months later. It had nothing to do with a spoon, but rather, she found someone else she liked more. She dumped me, saying that she was just excited about being in college when she started dating me. Afterwards, we graduated college in the blink of an eye, and I found a nice job at a decent company. The pay was good, but I worked late often. I was dating a girl called Sumire, who's a year younger than me. She works a really hard job, and I can't see her every day. Going out to eat on the weekends is one of the most fun things we do together. Then one day, I got a call from Ayaka.
Hey, been a minute. How you doing?
I hadn't spoken to her since we'd broken up. I was honestly hit with a wave of nostalgia more than anything. Hey Ayaka, long time. I'm alright. What's up? I thought maybe it was something to do with a class reunion or something. We'd only dated for 2 months or so it wasn't like I had overwhelming resentment towards her. The negative feelings I had toward her had already vanished.
I heard you found a nice job, huh?
It's not that big of a deal. I'm super busy.
I see. I'll tell you what. I'll forgive you for that time we can just go out again.
That time?
You kept complaining about me eating.
I remembered the spoon and fork. Even thinking back now, it's a little weird.
I know I'm pretty cute. Just forgive me and we can go hang out again.
No, I'm good. I think we won't have fun even when we spend time together anyway.
What? You're going to reject my invitation? I'm saying I'll date you.
Yeah, no. Bye.
Hey!
I was such an idiot for being nostalgic. From the sound of it, she hadn't changed at all from college. The best thing I could do was not get involved. That Friday, I had reservations with Sumire at a nice Japanese cuisine restaurant, and we were going to relax and unwind together. Ah, here it is. Let's go.
I'm so excited.
Just as we were about to go inside,
What a coincidence.
Ayaka? Ayaka had appeared behind us. There was no way that this was pure coincidence. I'm sure she followed me from my office or something.
I'm about to go eat. Let's go together. You know her? I'm his ex. Come on, say it's fine.
No, it's not fine. You can go eat as much as you'd like, but don't eat near us. Sumire also looked a little confused. We ignored Ayaka and walked inside. Of course, Ayaka came in with us. Hey!
Oh, it's fine. Want to eat with us?
Sumire? Sumire was pretty calm and quiet. She didn't seem to mind Ayaka.
See, she says it's fine. Come on.
We were able to add an extra serving for our course. The whole room was weird, but we started talking.
What? You're his girlfriend? Oh my gosh, you look so unimpressionable. I get that a lot.
Sumire was just sitting there, grinning. I kept trying to stop Ayaka, but she would just give me a shit-eating grin. Can she please just leave? What did she come here for? And before I knew it, our food was here. Sashimi with some stew and soup. There were all kinds of fancy foods being served up, and right as Sumire and I grabbed our chopsticks,
Woo, this looks amazing.
no surprise here, she grabbed her spoon and fork. She had no hesitation using them either. Sashimi, rice, miso soup, it didn't matter. That's actually kind of impressive. Sumire was a little aghast, but she didn't say anything. She just started eating her own food. That's how you're supposed to follow manners. It was clear which one looked better eating their food.
This is so good. I love it. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Ayaka-san,
Sumire asked with no malice at all.
you don't know how to use chopsticks? If you want, I can teach you. What? Of course I know how to use chopsticks. How dare you? Oh, I see. You were using a spoon and fork, so why don't you use chopsticks? Because I don't spill this way. It's easier, too. I see. But you should use chopsticks. People are gonna assume you can't use it and you're like a kindergarten student or something.
I was honestly about to burst out laughing. She was trembling. Her face was bright red. It was also funny because Sumire, like I mentioned earlier, really meant no offense. She really did want to help her out if she didn't know how to use chopsticks. You should have her teach you. You're the same as when you were in college. This is perfect timing for you.
Enough! What the hell? Stop talking like it's just a given to be using chopsticks if you're an adult. I'm not bothering anyone.
She said the same thing that she did years ago in college.
It's not anything to do with bothering others. It's manners that you learn to follow as a child. My 8-year-old nephew can use chopsticks too. Shut up! I'm gonna leave because this place sucks. Bye!
She was trying to put away her spoon and fork. Ayaka had noticed all of the eyes looking at her. The employees were looking at Ayaka and the spoon and fork in her hands. Ayaka finally realized what people thought looking at her eat like that. She was trying to leave.
You can't leave without paying. Of course I'm going to pay.
I'm sure she wanted to run out of the store right now. Ayaka pulled out 3 wrinkled $10 bills and threw them on the table.
I don't think that's enough.
But Ayaka was already long gone. We apologized to the employees who looked concerned, and we started enjoying the great meal in front of us. Ayaka immediately sent me a text full of hate and anger. "You embarrassed me! That was the worst experience of my life! I'm going to sue you!" etc., etc. Apparently, Ayaka was warned time and time again, but never bothered heeding the warnings. She went out to work, and all of her friends were immediately taken aback by her mysterious little habit. She would often break up with her boyfriends because they would have utensil squabbles. That's why she reached out to me. One of my friends from college let me know, and I almost pitied her. She was warned by everyone else too, but she still wouldn't budge. That's actually impressive in some ways. I remember her finding a decent job, but apparently now she works at a temp agency, bouncing from workplace to workplace. I'm not sure if it had to do with her food manners or just her personality, but I do feel bad for her not being able to just fit in. She was apparently running around telling people that my girlfriend and I embarrassed her in public, but of course, her reputation preceded her. No one would believe a thing she said. If anything, they were all starting to avoid her, and she was becoming isolated. I still date Sumire, and we're actually engaged now. But sometimes we talk about Ayaka, and remember how cringy she was.
If she just said yes, I'd gladly teach her.
Sumire was honest to God worried for Ayaka. Because she was being so honest and innocent, it was probably even more insulting to Ayaka. Even if it's easier, you need to learn manners fitting for your age and time. If everyone was on the same page as you, it wouldn't matter. But that's not always the case. Manners are around to make sure those around you don't feel uncomfortable. I think I kind of get it now.
My name is Mina Tomizawa. I married my husband Yuya 3 years ago. We don't have kids right now, but I'm juggling being a housewife while working some part-time jobs. It's pretty busy, but things were great between us. What? Again?
Come on! Rie needs help!
No, you need to tell her no. That was until Yuya's sister, Rie, moved nearby. If you said yes, then you need to do it. I'm not going to look after Yuka, period.
But I already said yes! I'm sorry that I didn't ask you before, but I felt so bad for Yuka.
Like I said, if you want to say you feel so bad, then she should be given over to your parents' house. Why are you moving things along under the assumption that I'm going to just say yes and take care of her?
That's not how it is. Come on, Mina. Please?
My sister-in-law's married, but she lived far away until recently. This year, my niece, Yuka-chan, has started kindergarten, and my sister-in-law moved close to her house. She must be thinking that our household is just a free Uber or babysitting service because she just kept asking us for help. Maybe my husband wanted to act like the big tough brother, but he always looked after her and never turned her down. The problem started when he started pushing it onto me. We've been arguing over this ever since. He just pushes it onto me because he's got work. First, he needs to talk to me about it, and if he doesn't, then I'm going to turn it down with no exceptions. How many times do I have to tell him?
You're so mean! You realize that Rie is also your sister, and Yuka's your niece, right?
I heard from your mom that she was wandering around, asking people to look after her child, and people hated that. I'm no different. In conclusion, I'm not going to do it. I heard what she had done at her old house from my mother-in-law, so I took a strict no-touch policy. My husband was saying how he felt so bad, but apparently he was going to turn it down because I wouldn't accept. The next night...
Yeah, sorry. My wife is so useless. She's just kind of cold, and I honestly might consider divorcing her.
He was talking out loud to make sure I heard. He wanted me to hear the words divorce. What the hell is that shit-eating smirk? I'm gonna throw this soapy water on your face, you little... Honestly, if this was going to keep up, I honestly had to consider divorce. He kept looking over at me, smirking, and I was just getting angrier and angrier. One day... I'm sorry I didn't hear you, so can you tell me again?
I said, can you make bento for my niece every morning and deliver it by 7:30 a.m. to her?
He started spewing nonsense again.
Rie said she can't wake up every morning, you know? But she has to make bento for Yuka. You can just make another bento with mine. It's small. No big deal, right?
Are you seriously suggesting that making bento isn't a big deal? Did you forget that I work 5 times a week part-time?
I said, you can just make an extra bento. Your part-time job doesn't start till 10, so you'll make it in time.
You want me to make 2 people's worth of bento every day, drive over to their house every morning by 7:30 a.m., drive back, go to my part-time job, buy food for dinner, make dinner. You realize how much stress that adds to me? Come on, think a little bit.
I have a little food left over from my bento. You just use a little bit left over from mine to make hers. Besides, you love to cook. You'll get used to it.
Why doesn't she cook for her own child? It's literally her own daughter.
She's tired from raising her child and household chores, you know? Just take it on. You'd be doing her a service.
You always say helping out and caring, but you never help yourself. You always just push it on to me. How are you going to pretend you care? Your parents live by. Ask your mom.
Mom isn't really good at cooking, so she didn't want to ask.
Whatever. I'm not doing it. You need to tell her that she needs to take care of her own household. Besides, this whole thing is a bonding experience. She's really okay with me taking her important memories with her own child.
You better watch your attitude. If you keep this up and reject her suggestions all the time, I have my own plans too.
Okay, tell me what your little plans are.
I don't need this cold and ruthless wife. I'm thinking of divorce.
Uh-huh.
You can't have me divorce you like that, right? So you have to obey me, your husband.
Let me think about it.
Yeah, you think about it. I expect an answer I'm going to be satisfied with.
He seemed so proud of himself, feeling like he had just won. I went to the bedroom to remove myself from his presence. I'm sure he probably thought that I was scared of the words divorce. That couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, how am I going to destroy that sister-loving moronic man? Divorce? Bring it on. My parents live super close, so I can just run to them if I can't stay here. It's no problem for me. But first, I need to make him understand how insane his suggestions are. I thought about everything I could say and do and came up with something. The next day, about what you said yesterday. I can take it on.
Really? Then you could have just said that from the beginning.
But under certain conditions. If you accept, then I will listen.
What are the conditions?
I want you to go to my parents' house and clean their bath by 7:30 in the morning.
What? Why do I?
It's a trade-off. I've already spoken to my parents about this.
I'm going to do that before I go to work?
My parents' house is on the way to your work. Just swing by before work.
But...
If you want to turn this down, then I'm going to turn your offer down. If you want your lovely sister to get what she wants, you need to put yourself in the line of fire too.
Fine, I'll clean the bath. But you better do your part too. You got it?
He was complaining, but the second I brought his sister into it, he folded. The next day, I made the bento just like I promised, and he went by my parents' house to clean as he promised. I was ready to draw this out, but it really didn't take long before he gave up. That night, he came home and immediately apologized to me.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. I'll tell my sister that you can't do this.
What's going on? It's literally the first day. According to what he said, he didn't expect to actually have to clean, but my mom was no pushover. She forced him to clean the bath till you could eat off of it. He must have thought it was easy, but apparently it was harder than he thought. I mean, it makes sense. I've been delivering food every day that is easy to make. I totally get it. If you think it's just bento, then you should be able to handle your cleaning.
She chewed me a new one. She just kept telling me about how terrible I was at cleaning.
I see. Then you call Rie-san right now about the bento. He called his sister immediately, and I could hear her voice from the speakers screaming at him. He turned her down, though. I'm sure my niece wants to eat her own mom's cooking, and I felt bad for her, so I'm glad that things ended quickly.
Okay, things are going to go back to normal.
No way, you're going to go clean tomorrow too.
Why? I turned her down!
What? Because I'm just a cold, ruthless wife. I'm useless and mean. I can't think about how much extra work it would be for you to go by my house before you go to work.
You're still dragging that on?
Yeah, of course. If you don't want to go, then you need to sign these papers. I had the divorce papers ready and he was in shock.
What? Are you serious? Over this?
The fact that you think that this isn't a big deal means that you're going to do this again. I've been getting tired of this every time it gets brought up. I'm going to bust this out the second you make me try to do something for your sister again.
You think that you can live off of your own earnings if we get a divorce?
My parents' house is close and I can totally find a new job. I know that Rie-san was the one that told you to use divorce as a tool for compliance. How are you going to let her manipulate you like that? What are you going to do? You either sign the papers and hand them over, or you keep cleaning every morning. You always like moving your body. You'll get used to it.
I'll go clean tomorrow, too.
He kept cleaning at my parents' house. Honestly, this was just revenge. If he had just apologized to me and come clean, I would have let it go. 2 weeks later, he came home from work and begged for forgiveness.
I'm so sorry for saying and doing things that made you feel bad. I'm sorry for using blackmail to try to make you listen. Please forgive me. I thought that I could just let you handle it. I was trying to push it all on you. I realize now how much I was wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to divorce you. I want to keep working hard to be a worthy man for you.
Fine, I forgive you. I understand that you feel bad. If you do it again, I won't bring up divorce.
Thank you, Mina.
If she asks you for a favor again, I'll just ask you for a different favor too.
What?
Huh? My mom said she wanted to start her own home garden, and my dad was complaining that his car was dirty. The list goes on.
If she asks something about it, I'm going to turn her down, so don't worry.
Oh, how unfortunate. That's how everything came to an end. I didn't have to deal with my sister-in-law anymore. A few weeks later, the doorbell rang. I was surprised by who was at my door.
I'm so sorry for my wife's actions. Rie, apologize.
I'm sorry. My sister-in-law's husband was apologizing while she sat there with a resting bitch face.
I heard what happened from your husband. Apparently she had been pretty crazy while I was away on a business trip.
Oh, it's okay. We really only We really only accept once, so...
Work has calmed down, so I'll make sure she doesn't do anything like this again. Also, hey, Yuka. You wanted to give her something, right?
Auntie Mina, thank you for the bento. It was so cute and it tasted good too. I made this at school. I want you to have it.
Wow, it's so cute! A kitty! You made it with origami? You're so good at that. My niece was so happy to give me her gift. I felt that making her bento, even just for a day, was worth it.
I cannot believe that she was out fooling around while leaving Yuka at my parents' house.
He left after dropping that bomb.
After rethinking what was going on, I realized how insane her behavior was. I'm so sorry for him.
He seemed to really understand what was going on finally, and I felt a little better about him. Yeah, it's their problem now. Hey, Yuya, how about we start thinking about our own kids, huh? I was a little jealous after seeing Yuka. If he was kinder than before, then we would be able to have a wonderful family. I was excited for the future again. My name is Nazuna Saito. I'm a regular housewife. I met my husband, Shun, through a mutual friend. We were blessed with a son and daughter, and everything seemed to be going perfectly.
What is this garbage?
You don't have to be that rude. He suddenly started calling my cooking trash. Just so you know, nothing is wrong or special about my cooking. It's just regular cooking that anyone can do. My son and daughter eat it too. He just keeps laughing and calling my food trash, and they just watch quietly. You really don't have to eat then.
Yeah, I'll eat this garbage.
What went wrong? After we had kids, things started getting weird. I told him over and over that I didn't appreciate it, but he just continued to say, well, it is trash. He's perfectly fine otherwise. I took a deep breath before working when I got a call from my mother-in-law during my lunch break. Her calling me during work. I wonder if something happened. Hello? Is something wrong? You! She sounded angry. You apparently been feeding Shun garbage. What? How could you do that to your husband? I could never do such a thing. I can't believe that Shun would report back to his mother that my cooking was trash. I was in such a shock that I froze up. If you keep this up, I'm going to take action. I didn't make him garbage, though. So you're saying my son is lying? You're the worst wife ever. She's not going to listen to me, is she? She kept going, but I was about to start work again, so I just hung up after apologizing. That night, I told Shun that I got a call during work from his mom. I got a call from her during work. Have you been telling your mom that I make you garbage food? He was scratching his head like he had just been confronted with something awkward.
I mean, you know the kind of person she is, right? She wants to be the first. If I make you out to be amazing, she starts throwing a shit fit.
Yes, she needed to be the person that was taken care of the most. That's who she was.
So I just kind of went along with what she was saying. It's not my fault.
During the wedding, Shun and his father looked at me in my wedding dress and complimented me. She suddenly started saying I was seducing her husband. It took a while to calm her down. I made sure I wouldn't see her unless I absolutely needed to after that. I'm sure she would actually lose it if he said something about my cooking being good. But that doesn't mean that I actually cook him garbage. I feel bad for the kids who have to hear this crap. But why do you normally say that the cooking is trash when you can just say it to her when no one is around?
Aw, come on! It's hilarious!
What? I didn't realize how he could be this insensitive. Something inside me snapped. Garbage, huh? From that day on, I decided I would only feed him garbage. Of course, my kids would get regular cooking. He would get cut off pieces of vegetables, fish bones, eggshells, etc.
What the hell? This really is garbage!
You've been calling my cooking garbage this whole time. What's the difference?
Are you messing with me?
I just kept giving him garbage until he apologized. He just had to say sorry once and I would have quit, but he wouldn't. He just sat there in a quiet rage, trembling.
You know what's going to happen when I tell my mom?
What? You've been saying that it's trash this whole time anyway. What's the difference?
Then I'm going to have her come check this out. I'm going to have my mom come today.
He was breathing as if I would fold or something. Sure, do what you want. My mother and father-in-law came over to eat dinner. Shun, an angry-looking mother-in-law, and exhausted father-in-law showed up. I didn't care, though. I gave my son and daughter regular food and garbage to Shun.
Here, look at this. It's actual garbage, Mom.
I don't believe it. What a messed up wife. You better apologize to him. He's the one that started saying that my cooking is garbage.
What? So what? What's wrong with calling garbage garbage?
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for him having you as his wife. It pissed me off even more knowing he was acting tough in front of his parents. You need to divorce her. Sue her. We're going to sue you.
Yeah, we have proof of you serving garbage.
They started getting full of themselves. My son and daughter actually snapped before I did. You need to stop that. You need to stop, Dad. You're the one at fault here.
Yeah, we know that you were the one saying your cooking was garbage when it was good food.
What the hell? You kids just shut up!
I don't know if you're doing this to make Grandma happy, but if you keep bullying Mom like this, I'm never going to forgive you.
I hate you, Dad.
Shun was shocked after thinking that his kids were Daddy's boy and Daddy's girls. Even his father spoke up.
What?
My father-in-law pulled out his phone and started playing a video. There was a video of Shun talking crap about my cooking. This was before I started really serving him trash. It's good food, but he keeps laughing and calling it garbage. They recorded it and sent it to my father-in-law.
It was really gross. His face looked just like Grandma's when he started calling it garbage.
How can you call someone's cooking trash like this?
But she really serves garbage now!
You've been doing this every day, right?
That's probably because you laugh like a moron and talk about her cooking the whole time.
Right?
I'm impressed she kept it cool for this long. My father-in-law is normally quiet, but when he gets mad, he's scary. Shun also felt quiet.
You're also part of the problem. Even if you don't like Nazuna-san, you shouldn't be listening to Shun's stupid jokes. It's embarrassing how attached you are to him.
But because she needs to be a better wife.
A wife? You haven't cooked a decent meal since we got married.
What? That was a surprising fact. She apparently couldn't cook at all. He did all the cooking. That's probably why she didn't like that I cooked decent food. She was bright red before falling quiet as well.
But
I'm thinking about divorce. I don't want to call him Dad or her grandma.
I hate them.
That was the nail in the coffin. I decided right there I'd get a divorce and talk to a lawyer. My father-in-law apparently got tired of his wife too and divorced her. The mother-in-law was chased out of the house. I told him that I'd be suing for damages and child support. You should have heard his excuses. More than anything though, my kids were not willing to be with him anymore. I bought this house and he was just being quiet the whole time until I threw him out.
I really can't stay.
You can't even say sorry. No.
Seriously, you're such an embarrassment. The kids chased him off in the end before he left. This is what I heard later on, but apparently the mother-in-law lives in a dinky little apartment with her son now. She was in such a shock that she's starting to lose it a little. Shun barely gets any sleep between work and taking care of his mom. You should be happy you get to be with your mom, you idiot. I live peacefully with my kids. Mom, your cooking is so good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys, thank you both. I was so happy to be living with two of my angels. I'm so glad I got a divorce. If I were with him any longer, it would have affected these kids negatively too. I should have done it sooner. Sometimes, my father-in-law sometimes pops in and says hello. They really loved him too. It's just cooking. It's just a joke. But it's not okay to hurt people's feelings just because you're not serious.
My name is Misaki Ota. I'm a housewife who also works part-time. My husband Shinjo is a delivery man for a certain parcel delivery service. He's been working diligently ever since he graduated from high school and is now in a position of responsibility.
Well, it's the only thing I can do. I'm trying my best.
Everyone knows you're working hard. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given you the job of section chief. I was proud of my husband, and I wanted people to know. But I learned later that it was a pretty difficult issue. Because it's a well-known company, their uniforms, bags with that courier company's logo, and other items are strictly managed.
Sorry. I hope you'll be careful too, Misaki.
Of course, I'll take care of it. If they're stolen and misused for crimes, it's not a good thing. It's true that everyone opens the door easily when a delivery person comes. So since I do the laundry, I was extra careful. I never hung it outside, and when I dried it, I either put it in the dryer or in our bedroom. So no one could see them. I also locked the door to my bedroom. But Even though I was being very careful, a terrible incident happened. One morning, I did the laundry as usual and hung my husband's uniform in the bedroom. I locked the door once and vacuumed the room to clean. And when I unlocked the doorbell rang. Yes? After dealing with the guest, I go back to cleaning again, not knowing that the incident had already taken place. And that night, after my husband came home and finished bathing and eating, I went to the bedroom to get ready for tomorrow.
Huh? Where's my uniform?
What? I hung them up, didn't I? I think it's dry by now.
No, it's not here. Where is it?
What? Sure enough, I hung them up in the bedroom today. In a panic, we searched around the whole house, but it was nowhere to be found.
Oh no!
It's strange that it's not here after all this searching. Maybe a burglar got in and stole it. My husband's colleague had a similar case. There was a man who stole uniforms with the intention of committing a crime, and although they managed to catch him, his colleague was demoted for poor management. Apparently, it's a lot stricter now. But I tried it properly.
Yeah, we'll have to go to the police.
This was the first time something routine was disrupted. My husband and I calmed ourselves down, heading to the police station. Oh no, what if my husband gets demoted because of me? As soon as we arrived at the police station, we told them our clothes had been stolen, and the policeman laughed a little.
Clothes? So it's not valuables?
It wasn't just regular clothes. They're uniforms for the delivery company my husband works for.
I can't have it misused!
Then, perhaps realizing the gravity of the situation, he began to take the situation seriously. There are so many crimes that can be committed by pretending to be a delivery person. That's why things like this have to be dealt with accordingly.
Can we head over to your house now?
Of course.
Please!
They agreed to look at the scene, and my husband and I returned home with 2 police officers. The police car pulls up, and the neighbors start to clamor. Oh my gosh, what happened? We think our house might have been broken into. Oh my! Ladies who love to gossip come here to see what's going on. Ai Yashiwaka, the next-door neighbor, was there too. What's going on? Ai-san, we think our house may have been broken into. We're having the police take a look at it right now. The police? Ai-san's complexion is changing rapidly. Come to think of it, it was Oshikawa-san who came over when I was cleaning. Calling the police just because your clothes were stolen? Are you stupid? That line out of panic even reached a police officer. What? I never said anything about clothes. Yes, I only said that we might have been robbed. The only people knew that our clothes were stolen are us and the culprit. How did you know?
May we ask you for more details?
Ai-san started panicking as soon as my husband and I and the 2 policemen stepped in closer. I just guessed it might be the clothes. Your husband works at a delivery company. That must be unusual. Unusual? The uniform? Yes, it's so flashy. Just like a deliveryman's uniform. The green color stands out too much. Green is the color of the uniform that was stolen this time. There are 2 kinds of uniforms, green and yellow. The one that was missing this time was the green one. It was already obvious.
Can we talk in the car for a minute?
Are you accusing me? No, it's not me. Ai-san tries to run away. When the policeman interfered, she panicked even more. Hey, I want to go home.
Not until we finish hearing from you.
You're so persistent. I'm going to file a damage report. So what? You'll get a criminal record. I don't know anything about it. Why don't you ask my husband?
We'll do that then.
Along with Ai-san, we headed next door. Ai-san's husband was startled by the sudden appearance of so many people, including the police officers.
What on earth is going on?
Excuse me, your wife is suspected of being a burglar. May we ask you about it?
Yes.
Do you have any unfamiliar uniforms at home?
Tension flared up. Then he gives out a giggle.
Ah, yes, there it is. A delivery man's costume. My wife said she bought it today.
It feels good to see someone being so honest. Ai-san was trembling. Why would you say that? Are you stupid?
Huh? Because you bought that, didn't you? You said it looked just like the real thing. You got it on a special deal.
Ugh, shut up! When he said so clearly, Ai-san transformed again. I'll give it back. She pushed the policeman away, went to the back of the house, and came right back. In her hand was my husband's uniform. She slammed it down. This is what you want, isn't it? Here, it's over. Why did you do this? I was going to resell it. You can sell them for a lot of money. Uniforms not for sale. Oh, how irritating to be told off for something like this. I'm the one who's mad. And resell? Does she know what will happen to my husband if she does that? I don't know what purpose you had, but hugging the uniform tightly, I yelled at her on a whim. My husband works every day in this uniform, sweating it out, and this uniform is strictly managed. If he gets fired, it's because of you. Can you take responsibility? Ugh, stop overreacting. People like you are still cute, but there are people who try to use this uniform to commit crimes, such as entering other people's homes. They are strictly managed to prevent that from happening. Do you realize what you've done? Both the policeman and the lady were surprised to see me so furious. It's not a joking matter after all. Yes, I understand, but I gave it back, so it's fine. Even after saying this, Ai-san showed no remorse at all. I had already decided. I will file a damage report.
What? Oh no! Please don't!
It was her husband, Hiroshi-san, who became impatient. He rushed down on his knees, but my feelings remained unchanged.
Well then, ma'am, you're coming to the police station to tell us your story.
Oh no, I apologized. Ai-san is put in the police car. The whole neighborhood will see, and no one will give her the light of day anymore. Thanks to the lady, word of the incident spread quickly, and as expected, Ai-san and her family were kept at a distance. Ai-san is on probation and has been holed up in her room all day. I never would have thought that one piece of clothing could cause such a thing. I hope she reflects on her crime. Shortly thereafter, they moved somewhere else, as if they had reached their limit. Hiroshi-san was apologetic until the very end.
I'm getting a divorce and starting a new life.
I see.
I'm truly sorry for all of this.
They soon divorced and Ai-san was sent back to her parents' home. After that, my husband reported this incident to the company just in case. The theft wasn't our fault and we got it back, so there were no punishments, which was a relief. Ugh, I need to be more proper. It was an incident that made me realize it's not okay just because there are neighbors or someone we know.
I'm really sorry for giving you a responsibility you didn't have to take on. In our area, we used to leave it up to the staff to handle the uniforms. But I've decided that I'm going to work to make sure that's not the case, and that the business office can manage it.
I understand that each establishment has its own circumstances, such as laundry facilities and the labor costs involved, so I don't expect this to happen anytime soon. But I hope the rules that leave it to people's good intentions will improve.
Thanks for watching! Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Bye!